Peace is at stake in the Middle East with every passing day, and we have seen many countries getting into this conflict with Israel, starting with occupied territory of Palestine in Gaza. Then we saw Houthis from Yemen, Shiite militia from Iraq. But the new entrant in this entire conflict is Lebanon, the neighboring country of Israel. What is happening there? Why Lebanon has been dragged into the war? What is its relationship with the Hezbollah, an organization which is considered a militant organization or terrorist organization by the entire West? To talk about all this and much more perspective on this, I'm joined here by Mr. Rabie Narsh. He is like the Lebanese ambassador to India. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, and welcome to you and to your viewers at NDTV.
My first question to you is, as the conflict erupted there, I want to ask that where is the Lebanese army? Because it is the Hezbollah perhaps which is taking on the Israeli army.
It's not like taking on the Israeli army. There's occupation on our land, and every occupation calls for resistance. So it's the utmost right of every people who is under occupation to resist the occupation. The army, when the army goes into war, then it will be an official war between two states. Here we don't have this. We have an occupation party, which is Israel, that has been occupied Lebanon and been attacking Lebanon since its creation and since its ideology of expansion. And we have the resistance group. Currently it is Hezbollah, but actually there have been many groups, resistance group, Lebanese resistance groups, who fought Israel all along the years of occupation.
Just make us understand, our viewers, that what is the role of Hezbollah in Lebanon? They're part of the parliament there, but do they have a very active influence in the society as well? And why does Lebanon doesn't treat it as a terrorist organization if the entire West says so?
Aside from the last point, why would we treat them as terrorist organization? No, they are not. They are freedom fighters. They are fighting for the liberty of the land, for fighting terrorism, the state terrorism of Israel, fighting occupation. So no, they are not terrorist organization at all. They are freedom fighters because they are fighting in their land. The relation between Hezbollah and government, this is a debatable issue. It has been always there. But the issue is that when it comes to Lebanese domestic politics, Hezbollah is pure Lebanese. It's a Lebanese party. They are, like you mentioned, they are part of the parliament, part of the government. They play by the rules of the political system, the Lebanese political system, and they are there. They are Lebanese because they are Lebanese member. Well, yes, there is, and this is not a secret, that there are some differences between the government and Hezbollah when it comes to the role that Hezbollah plays maybe in the region. This is another issue, but as long as it is within the Lebanese political system, Hezbollah is a Lebanese party. And what they are doing in the south, and in the occupied area, is pure resistance. And this is all international laws and norms. They give right to every occupied people to resist occupation.
So what is the government's stand on the fact that what Israel alleges, that right after October 7th, the very next day from October 8th, Hezbollah started firing rockets towards Israel. The first rockets are fired towards the Sheba farms, which comes under occupied territory as per Lebanon.
Excellent.
But do you still believe that firing rockets on a country, on a territory, which has faced the worst massacre since the Holocaust, is justified? Do you support Hezbollah when it was firing rockets towards Israel?
First of all, the war on Lebanon did not start on 8th of October. This is wrong. We have been under the attack and the aggression of Israel since Israel's creation, since 1947 and 48. So no, this is not true. It's not true that Hezbollah started the war on October 8th. Israel has been encroaching into Lebanon on daily basis, even before October the 7th, 2023. We have been calling for the international community to put halt for all Israeli provocations along the borders. The international community, we are here and we are facing this harsh reality because Israel has not been held accountable for its war crimes, for its criminal actions, for its aggression against its neighbors, and that's why we are paying the heavy prices now. So Israel should be put. The international community should put restrictions against Israel terrorist acts.
I'll come to the Israeli war crimes and the role of the international community later, but first off, what has been the impact of Hassan Nasrallah's assassination? And recent reports suggest perhaps the aerial strikes from Israel has also killed his successor. Can you confirm, Safiuddin, has he been also killed?
No, I can't confirm. There's no reports on this or no statement, official statement either from Hezbollah or from my government. So no, I can't confirm. I just read reports like yourself. The implication of the assassination of Hassan Nasrallah, you have read it and you have seen it. The war is still going on, and Israel is killing civilians. This is pure definition of terrorism. If you want to eliminate one operative, then you kill along him or her dozens or hundreds of civilian souls. If this is not terrorism, what terrorism is then? I mean, this has been going on and on for a long period. Hassan Nasrallah is eliminated, but Hezbollah is still there because the occupation is there and the resistance is there.
And how do you respond to these allegations that Hassan Nasrallah or the entire Hezbollah has been operating from civilian areas, hiding military installations and equipments beneath the residential buildings? And every time Israel attacks, it gives that kind of suggestion that perhaps it was a legit target. And what should we do if your terrorists are, or what you call them, Hezbollah freedom fighters or operatives, are hiding in civilian areas? So what's the option for Israel?
This is pure lies. What Israel is claiming, pure lies, and this is should not be surprised to you media people and to everybody, because Israel is built upon lies, upon terrorism, upon the blood of innocents. There has been a media tour recently, and Indian journalists have joined this tour in Dahye, in the southern suburb of Beirut, where Hezbollah officials, they show the people there, the journalists and media people, the areas that were hit by Israel, and there were no military targets, pure civilian buildings. Plus, if we want to say that Hezbollah people are there, Hezbollah is everywhere because the people are there, the people are resisting. Hezbollah is not an imaginary structure.
You're saying people are Hezbollah?
They are the people of, I mean, the people who are fighting for their lands. They might be Hezbollah, might be whatever, but they are defending their lands. So if you can consider them Hezbollah and you kill all the families and children and innocent people just because you think or you claim that there are weapons. No, there's no weapons. There are no weapons or depots under residential buildings. I don't know where they hide them, but I mean, of course, they are trained people. They don't have to harm their own people by hiding weapons under them.
Now, coming to international community, and Lebanon happened to be a French colony in the past. But France doesn't seem to be interested in supporting you, in a sense that while there has been encroachment and ground invasion into Lebanon, can you suggest me one Western country which has come up and have supported you militarily?
No, there are. There are lots of initiatives taken by France and by the West in general, by even the USA to take diplomatic measures to try to stop or de-escalate the situation. France has always been a friend to Lebanon, and they have been supporting Lebanon. Maybe not militarily, like you said, but politically. And actually, we don't want military because we are not interested in war. We don't want any military support. What we need is political actions, decisive actions to stop this crazy campaign carried out by Netanyahu and his racist cabinet. Netanyahu has been proscribed as a war criminal by ICG and ICC, and I mean, International Court of Justice said that Israel illegally is occupying territories, and they should stop this. You mentioned Holocaust. Of course, we don't deny that the Jewish people have suffered from Holocaust and genocide, but on whose hand? On the Arab hands, on Lebanese hands, or on the Europeans? So why would the Lebanese and the Palestinians pay the price for the crime of another people?
You talked about that, yeah, there are political activities are going on or initiatives have been taken by the West, but I'm just quoting the Lebanese foreign minister, that perhaps he was quoted by the international media saying that Hassan Nasrallah was ready for ceasefire, he was willing to agree to it, and it was conveyed to United States as well.
True.
But then things didn't work out. So will you call out the hypocrisy of the West in a sense that when your own leader, Hezbollah leader, was willing to negotiate or for a ceasefire, he was willing to accept that, and yet it didn't work out primarily because of US, because that's one of the key mediators there?
It is hypocrisy from Israel's side. It is, it turned out to be a part of a plot to assassinate Hassan Nasrallah. The ostensible acceptance of ceasefire from Israel turned out to be a part of the plot to assassinate Nasrallah. So there's no good intentions on the Israeli side. They are always interested in war. Netanyahu himself has an agenda in war. He finds his interest, probably political interest, in going and in escalation of this crazy war. So the hypocrisy is from Israel's side. The crimes are from Israel's side. We have been always calling for peaceful solution for all the crises.
You just said that you don't want a military escalation, rather you want a political solution for that. But what if most of the countries have not been able to achieve that political solution for the last 1 year? We have only seen statements, proposals, and Israel continues the invasion in the neighboring countries. Do you still expect that political solution can be achieved without any military intervention? Because by the rate with which Israel has been bombarding in Beirut, in the suburban areas and other areas of Lebanon, do you think that until a military solution or military intervention is first needed besides the political solution?
We have no other options but to call for peace. We have no other options but the political solutions. We have been saying this for ages, that the only solution for the Middle East, if we can call it a situation, crisis, is a two-state solution. A state for the Palestinians to give them their rights, a sovereign state. But the only party who is against this solution is Israel. It seems that Israel is above all the international laws or international community. Is treated like, I don't know, I mean, the spoiled child. This should end. This should stop. Netanyahu's crazy campaign should stop. His criminal agenda should finish. So yeah, we have only one option, is to go to peace by applying the United Nations resolution. The international community will, to establish a Palestinian state.
Just taking you back to the history, back in 1982 when Israel invaded Lebanon and it went on for 18 years, then it was pushed back by Hezbollah in the war. Later, yet again in 2006, the situation escalated. And even then, Israel had said that it was a limited invasion, or it is not going to escalate it further. How do you think things will change this time? Because even this time, Israel is saying it's a limited invasion.
It will not change. This is the mentality of war that Israel had. Unfortunately, Israel is a country that is founded on lies, like I said, and crimes against humanity. Unfortunately, they justify their actions by a twisted religious doctrine, which is very dangerous. The promised land, the chosen people. This is very dangerous when you build your strategy on a religious and a twisted religious doctrine. This is very dangerous, and this should have stopped. I don't see, a solution. Like you said, Israel has always says that this is limited operation, and then we see it's escalated. But they have tried 2 days ago to encourage into Lebanon, and they were fought back, and they have suffered loss of. Many of their soldiers have been killed. So it's not easy. No, they cannot occupy the land again. It's our land, and we are defending it. We are paying the price. They might be having the air supremacy or the latest technology of weapons of mass destruction, even nuclear power. But this land is ours, and they cannot occupy it.
You spoke about religious doctrine, and we have heard Mr. Netanyahu talking about promised land, greater Israel. But so does Hezbollah as well, that it's war against the Jews.
Hezbollah, I mean, defending Lebanese land. Netanyahu is occupying the West Bank, the Palestinian land, is occupying Gaza, is occupying Golan Heights, occupying part of Lebanon lands and Sheba farms. So no, I mean, it's very clear who is the aggressor here.
And do you support Iran extending its support to Lebanon by attacking Israel with those ballistic missiles?
It's not about supporting Iran or not. I mean, Iran, they have their own...
no, but they say that they're doing it because Israel killed Hassan Nasrallah, who was in Lebanon. So to take that revenge...
What I see is Israel that has left with no friends in the region because they are the aggressor part. Whether it be Iran or Yemen or Iraq or Lebanon, I mean they want to be there, and they want to be an expansion state and to threaten everybody there. I mean, this is a contradiction, and this will not work. What will work is a two-state solution, a peaceful resolution for the problem. But with this criminal war criminal Netanyahu, things will not work.
Just one question related to the Arab world, the Arab League. In the last 1 year, all the heads of the Arab states, though they have been providing monetary aid or say the aid related to health and all, but when it comes to provide military support or pressurizing, like what we saw in 1973 when the king of Saudi Arabia ordered the oil embargo, forcing US to rush to Israel, asking them to stop the war with Egypt. Do you think that Arab world has also got very weakened, that they have not been able to that kind of pressure on Israel or United States to halt this war? Because all what we have seen in the last 1 year is the statements of condemnation. Every time these leaders meet, they just issue statements.
This question should be asked to the relevant Arab states that you are mentioning. But anyway, we are not interested in war. We don't want a regional war. If
no, I'm saying pressure to halt the war.
They are doing politically. They are pressured. I mean, they are putting their efforts. Maybe every state doing their utmost to stop the war. We have seen, of course, supporting statements. Maybe not enough because Netanyahu won't understand only by mere statements. But the pressure should not be. I mean, is not. The Arab League intervention is not expected to hold Netanyahu. What is surely will halt Netanyahu is a pressure from the United States. This is the only pressure that Netanyahu would heed to. But unfortunately, even them, you have heard many U.S. officials said that we have no control over Netanyahu. He had his political twisted agenda.
My last question: you have seen Indian Prime Minister. He met the PA President Mr. Mahmoud Abbas on the sidelines of UNGA. Indian Prime Minister also spoke to Mr. Netanyahu, and we all know that India-Israel relations are really good. India has been providing aid in the Middle East to all the war-torn countries, even it's Yemen or Syria or Lebanon. Do you see that besides the Western countries or the Arab League leaders, do you see any other leader in the global South who has any kind of influence to sort of push Israel to accept a ceasefire and halt this war?
Thank you for this question. I want to seize this opportunity to thank the Indian government and on behalf of my government for all their efforts to de-escalate the situation. India has always been one of the greatest investors in peace, and for that we commend their efforts. We know for sure what they are doing and the talks they are holding and negotiation with all parties, with all concerned parties, to de-escalate the situation. And plus, like you said, the support and the aid, whether it is medical or food supplies to the affected areas. So again, I'm thankful for the Indian people and the Indian government for that. There are other parties. I mean, of course, I mean it's. The states who want to see a peaceful solution in the Middle East are many, but the only state that does not want to see is very well known is Israel.
Okay, thanks Dr. Narsh, and thanks for talking to us, and hope that peace and normalcy restores in the region as soon as possible.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ghazali. You're always welcome, and thanks to your viewers too.
Thank you.
Thank you.